Black Friday and Cyber Monday may be getting most of the holiday gifting focus, but Small Business Saturday takes on a whole new importance this year as many of those businesses struggle to stay afloat during the pandemic. For more on this, Cheryl Casone from Fox Business joins us now. Cheryl, always great to see you. Okay, so obviously it's been a difficult year, the most difficult year in many of these small businesses' history, and they're about to have a hopeful, maybe hopeful, more upbeat moment in the spotlight. Can you tell us about that? We'd like some good news.
The more that we talk about it, maybe the better tomorrow will be for these small businesses, Julie. I mean, according to American Express, 64% of small business owners say tomorrow is really make or break for them. They really are depending on that revenue to come in. This means shoppers across the country need to support those small businesses tomorrow. I hope that it happens because, look, I mean, last year, Americans spent nearly $20 billion on Small Business Saturday. This is the 11th year that we've had Small Business Saturday. And at this point, that PPP money that these guys got, these small mom and pop shops, didn't last very long. We know that. And we also know that small businesses are a huge driver of growth for jobs in this country. So it's not just about the business owners, it's about the people that work for those small businesses. And this year, more than ever, it's crucial that we do that. And I will say one thing to encourage folks to go to a small business tomorrow is that if you're worried about going to a mall because of the coronavirus, you're worried about getting exposed, small businesses, many of them across the country, have safety measures in place that limit capacity, but in a small store that can be a good thing, and maybe people will feel a little bit more safe to walk into that shop.
Yeah, I want to put the numbers into perspective for our viewers. If you take a look at small business closures from March 1st, when the pandemic really essentially started here in the United States, to August 31st, nearly 164,000 small businesses have closed due to the pandemic. And also to give you an idea of just how critical small businesses are to Americans, of the 31.7 million small businesses nationwide, they employ 47.1% of the private sector, creating a 1.6 million jobs in 2019. So as we look ahead, what do you believe 2021 will look like for small businesses?
Well, it really depends on, obviously, vaccine distribution. It depends on the economy. It depends on jobs coming back, whether that's small or large businesses. If you work for a larger corporation, you have money to spend on that small business. But the biggest question mark, obviously, is going to be how severe these new rounds of lockdowns are going to be across the country. It's still state by state, so that's kind of tough for economists and analysts to kind of quantify. But I can say that if these lockdowns continue into January, that puts them at a disadvantage in the beginning of the year. Having said that, I will say we are seeing a lot of pent-up demand out there for folks that are anxious to go out and spend. They're anxious to get back to their restaurant and their gym and their friends and family and having a social life. We're seeing that in particular here in New York. I mean, I was looking at unemployment here in the city. It's 14.5% right now. There are stores all across the city, Julie, as you know, because you live here too, that are shuttered, that are out of business. So it's two pieces. It's first off, let's get this vaccine distributed. Let's get that out there, which probably March or April before it's going to really be more rampant. Right. And then also let's encourage folks to get back out and support these small businesses. I mean, there's a lot of steps we have to get to. I will say another round of PPP would be great. I mean, that could really make a difference and give these guys a lifeline to hang on until 2021.
All right, so the 11th annual Small Business Saturday, it's tomorrow. Give back to your local businesses. They need it more now than ever. Cheryl Casone, thank you.
You bet.
John.